because I'm uploading this stuff separately on YouTube. Wouldn't want to mix stuff. Alright. What were we doing yesterday? Ah yes, delivering parcels. And then I delivered more parcels.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
No, this is Sam Porter.
All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
What was I doing?
The legend returned.
Hey, stop sucking up to me. I'm not going to sleep with you.
Fine by me.
We got this yesterday. I guess I didn't save manually afterwards.
Before I forget, this is for you.
Don't blow me a kiss, okay? Yeah, we did this just before ending the stream. Skip. Ordering glasses because Half-Life.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Okay, they already told me. I read that. Lost cargo, read that. Really are the great deliverer. Thanks, Sam. You really are as great as they say. I knew I could trust you, and now I'm closer to achieving my goal. Still got a ways to go yet. There was just one step on my journey. I'm going to need your help again, Mr. Great Deliverer. Anyway, did you like those special glasses I gave you? Golden glasses, I call them. As worn by one of my world's preeminent scientific geniuses. I reckon they'll do a good job of bringing out your natural tough guy look. I have a natural tough guy look? Since when? Alright, let's pick up another order. This one is urgent. I might have to go here and back. Oh, I don't have any PCC. Let me pick one up. Yeah, let's go. Orders. No, I don't need to carry the 20 with me yet. I think these two I could just put in the private locker. Confidential documents, I have them, good.
Beginning scan. Footwear condition poor. Replacement is advised.
Okay, let's try driving. shall we? This is my goal. I guess I could cross the bridge and drive.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Right, accelerate with R2, brake with L2, boost wheel spin with okay. Drift with circle. Not the quickest bike. But hey, it's something, right?
Still got it.
I mean, still got it. You're just driving around. Certainly nothing special. The fuck? Is it stalling? I ran it over and I destroyed it. I was curious about what would happen if I ran over stuff like that. They see me driving. Okay, don't fall. Good. Oh, we're right there.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Let's make a delivery. Confirm.
Well, I'll be. We've just about given up on seeing this again. Let's not judge a book by its cover, though, huh? Let me take a closer look.
It's in perfect condition.
Very, very nice. It's exactly like I remember it. Huh, talk about lucky.
It's not luck, it's skill.
I can't tell you how grateful I am. There are few bona fide treasures left in this world. And you just saved one of them. Thank you.
Good work.
They don't call me a treasure for nothing. Fish. Retrieve structural repair device lost during delivery. And deliver metals. That is pretty far. Let's do this one.
Order assigned. Keep on keeping on. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Why are they scanning right next to a base? Shouldn't they be somewhere else? Why is he laughing? Why are you laughing? Is this special machine? Oh right, 3 kilograms or more. It is this. Three kilograms. This shit is pretty far. Come here. Almost fell down and... No, 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 no. How is that 68 kilograms? Rabbit. This is bullshit. Grab the fucking thing. Cargo. I don't think I'm gonna be getting everything. Fuck that noise. Already got soaked enough as it is. Gotta replace my shoes. Put on new shoes. Change footwear for the first time. How many lights did you put up, Sam? All of them? I'm carrying a lot. Yeah, I didn't get all of them. But screw that. Two strands of icicle lights around the inside of one porch. That's more than me. So less than 10% of the cargo is gone. You should be thankful.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified.
You may select partial delivery to submit required cargo currently in your possession and return with the remainder when convenient. Once the cargo submitted meets or exceeds requirements, you may designate the order complete at any time.
No, I will just complete the order. Fuck it.
Thank you, Sam. Oh, this is plenty. Excellent. Very good.
A rank, not S. The first time I get A. Well, you could always get a kid from the neighborhood to climb.
All right, then. Thanks for everything.
And no, I didn't watch The Walking Dead. I know this actor is
Please access delivery terminal.
involved in that as well. Yeah, you don't like kids, that's why you ask the neighborhood kids to do it, so if they fall, it's not you who falls. Think, Sam, think. And if you offer them some money, like $10, and they fall, they won't be around to ask you to give it to them. So it's win-win. Should I make more boots? Yeah, let's make boots. don't need all these ladders.
Thank you for your contribution.
All good, it's all good. Speaking of kids, shake the baby. Should be happy.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Is that guy still unconscious? Should I run him over again? You can't really do much to me when I'm driving. Yeah. I drove over there just to check what happens. And apparently you destroy shit if you drive over it. Who would have known?
Okay, there you go, speed demon.
It's not a speed demon. It's more of a crack fiend than a speed demon. Where am I now? A little further. Yeah, that bridge over there. Can't this thing go any faster? Okay, let me charge the battery while I'm at it.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons restrictions lifted. Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Let's deliver the lost cargo.
Back, are you?
Yes.
You trying to put the rest of us...
Yeah. I'm just skipping his dialogue. He says the same shit every time. Okay. I have a standard order to deliver this 60 kilograms. And this order, which is urgent, involved 30 kilograms. Do not submerge. God damn it.
Order assigned.
Let me pick up the other order as well. This is urgent, 30 kilograms.
This is a somewhat unusual order. You're going to want to review the key points in the summary.
Do not submerge, 30 minutes delivery time. I think I can do it.
The Capital Knot Distro Center's holding some cryptobiotes we need delivered to the city. Cryptobiote cells can accelerate blood production in humans. They may well be the hardiest organisms on Earth, capable of enduring more physiological stress than any other. In harsh conditions, a cryptobiote will eventually enter an metabolic state in a bid to survive. Unfortunately, shoving a bunch into a shipping container or submerging them in water for an extended period of time is enough to trigger this response. It takes weeks to coax them back to life if they're allowed to fully transition to this state. So you can't keep them cooped up for long. Make sure to reach Capital Knot City before it's too late.
30 minutes. I can do that. Yep, confirm.
That's a breathable container, remember? For its passengers' sake, don't immerse it in water.
Order assigned.
I'm carrying a shit ton of stuff.
Time limit set. Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
$30 I still need to deliver one thing to...
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I will... do that. Okay, so loading more on the bike will make it move slower and increase battery consumption. Good to know. It makes sense. Fuel being fueled. I'll drop off the 5 kilograms, then quickly make my way to the other place. I'd have to run over a person or two to get there. What's the worst that could happen? Someone dies? Actually, that's pretty bad in this game. And in real life, maybe. Okay, they're gonna start scanning for parcels. Just drive through. You did not see me. And what, is he just gonna chase me on foot? I should have probably rested before making my way out. Details.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges. Keep on keeping verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
You always...
I'm skipping this, so I need to...
All right then.
continue my delivery. They said 30 minutes.
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Back.
Keep on keeping up. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, there is a bridge there. I'll take the bridge. Shit. Can I cross on a ladder?
Keeping up.
I know it's a silly question to ask, but I can. More DMCA. Yeah, my previous VOD had a lot of muted sections. As expected, of course. Not surprising at all. Five minutes passed. Is this the... Yep, we made it. Can I? Yes, I can.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Welcome to Capital, not City. Proceed to distribution center.
Not really much of a capital, is it?
Welcome back, Sam Bridges.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
I'm barely using the tools I'm given.
Sam,
Yes.
first deliver your cargo, then you can take on new requests.
Yeah. That's what I was planning on doing. Not an idiot.
Welcome back, Sam Bridges. Always a pleasure. Thanks for the delivery. That was crazy fast. You've really upped your game since last time. The crypto bios look nice and lively.
S. You interview Egyptian mummies, pyramids, etc., corals of the seam, and cryptobiotes. Bandwidth increase. S. Elite handler. Every time grade 10.
Hey, I got something for you.
A hat. How nice. I'll use it to collect my poop when I'm out there.
Safe travels. There's something different about you. Can't quite put my finger on what.
Yep,
But I swear
I tied my hair.
I'm not imagining.
I'm impressed, Sam. You brought pretty much the entire region together. But the further west you head, the more you're going to have to deal with BTs. Now, we're always looking for new, more permanent solutions. And we know your blood has a measurable effect on them. I told you before that Mama's developing a weapon to leverage that, which is why we need a way to artificially produce more of it. Hence the cryptobiotes. But maybe you already figured it out. If all goes according to plan, we might be able to turn the tide. But first, it's time to bring Port Knot City into the UCA. The order from Die Hartman is waiting on the delivery terminal.
Good work. New order available.
Sam,
What?
Sam, I received word from Mama that she's completed her anti-BT weapon. Prototypes of her design form a part of your next shipment. A delivery of relief supplies for the people of Port Knot City. Port Knot City is a fair distance from BT territory, but the weapons should come in handy if any stray too close. They'll also provide people with the means to defend themselves when traveling outside the city limits. The shipment also includes a variety of medicines, as well as human sperm and egg samples. These specimens are essential for maintaining genetic diversity as they were donated by civilians living outside the
I'm
major
already
populations.
carrying human sperm.
By taking advantage of Chiralium's temporal properties, we can ensure they remain viable for as long as required.
In a different
After
container,
the shipment's been
but
processed,
still.
connect the Cupid. Now, once that's done, the entire region will be integrated into the chiral network. Afterwards, you'll be pushing on to Lake Knot City. So we've included relief supplies for the people there as well. Of course, to get there, you'll need to cross over the lake in between. Details on that will be in a second order you'll need to accept then. Without a doubt, this will be your longest run for us to date. Make sure you've got everything you need.
Okay, resins. Fort Knot City. I could pick all of these up. Delivery here, pick up the other one that I need to take to the wind farm, drop this off, then go to the wind farm. This is urgent. And this is the main story. But let's go to the private room and rest. What? Does my collection grow over time? Yay, more drinks. Increase stamina, and increase stamina. I mean, so far I haven't really needed the stamina all that much. I have new stuff at the equipment rack. Cap. Let's read messages and interviews. Because we love reading, right? Meaning of chirality. Dear Sam, sorry you had to go to the trouble of chasing down that part for us, but believe me, you've done us a great service. Thanks to you, our Chiral printer is finally up and running. I didn't think it would ever happen, if I'm honest, but it did. And now we don't have to rely on porters as much as before. Are you saying you're thanking me for making myself redundant? We can make a lot of what we require with our printer, and if we need intel on the outside world, it's right there at our fingertips. On behalf of myself and everybody else here at the Distro Center, thanks. None of this would have been possible without you. Funny story, the other day I was using the network to read up on the word chiral and where it comes from. Turns out this Greek means hand. Bet you didn't know that, did you? The text went on about how your right hand is a mirror image of your left, but only if you put your palms together. If you point them away and lay one hand on top of the other, well, that's chirality. That's how I understood it anyway. What it's got to do with the network, I'm not really sure. Something about routing communications through the beach, which is basically another world like ours, but not really. So when you force elements of the two into contact, that triggers a void out. Anyway, all I know is that while I hope you keep on doing what you do to bring us together, you best leave the dead out of it, here. Oh, hard work is paying off. Dear Sam, I wonder where you are right now. It's somewhere powered by a wind farm. If anyone should be benefiting from our work, it's you. Until you brought us into the network, we could only provide power to a small region. Now we can send it to all the big cities and beyond. I'm still not 100% on the details, but basically, transmitting it via the beach means we don't suffer any additional loss due to increased distances, so it can go as far as we need it to. Good thing we kept the faith in the second expedition and kept this place properly maintained. You made our efforts worthwhile. We can't thank you enough. Casualties of Twilight. Hey Sam, you really helped me out there. Thanks, man. And the book you brought me, it's actually a movie script. I mean, I knew that all along. Sorry if I didn't keep you updated. Anyway, it's an interesting movie from an interesting time back when the world was divided East versus West. The Cold War, they called it. The movie is called Casualties of Twilight. And it's about two lovers who are caught up in the ideologies of the global conflict, and about how they would destroy the world in order to be together. It's just a short movie, but it's interesting from a psychological perspective. Some people actually say it predicted Death Stranding. I didn't think it would get mixed up with a consignment of cargo that would be stolen by mules. I really panicked once I'd heard it was gone. So yeah, thanks for bringing it back. I really appreciate it. More reading. Delivery volume and your porter grades. How are your porter grades these days, Sam? I'm sure you're aware they're trying to account for all 5 factors. It's a basic premise. But if you're anything like me, you just want to deliver as much delivery volume as you can, am I right? If so, you could always just load yourself up with a massive haul and aim for a bridges bonus for total cargo weight. Nothing wrong with the simple approach. Of course, in the good old days it was easier. Roads were much better back then, so all you had to do was chuck all your stuff in the back of a truck and go for a drive. Can't do that now though. Even if you've got a truck, they're usually more trouble than they're worth. Hell, sometimes you'll see them just sitting on the side of the road, locked and abandoned. Anyway, on the bright side, since locking big loads of cargo is so hard these days, folks are really grateful when a port manages it. Hence the bonuses. Here at the district center, for example, we have to make sure we've got plenty of food and materials in stock, which means we have to make every delivery count. I dread to think what would happen if we ran out of supplies. Oh, and how about this for some extra motivation? I found that my obsession with delivery volume has actually made me stronger and able to carry even more. Well, I've said my piece, and now you know how to make yourself popular around these parts. Stack your cargo high. Let me edit something about the microphone monitoring. Okay. Yeah, there was a slight delay hearing myself, and it threw me off. Humanity's biggest problems? Logistics. From Dyer Hardman, 5 years ago. War and famine have been inescapable parts of human life since the rise of our species, and while the fall of America hasn't changed its fundamental truth, it's fair to say that these issues aren't pressing concerns. Can you remember the last time you heard of a prepper dying of starvation, much less someone in a North city? No one's fighting over water or oil or anything else, which isn't to say that people don't occasionally run out of supplies. That's almost never because of a real shortage. It's usually a problem with logistics. In fact, it was to address such problems that the president created bridges and developed the chiral network. So yeah, no one's that desperate. Everybody's got enough for themselves, which is what's led to the real problem. It's all too easy for people to become isolated from one another and eventually forget that others even exist. People are free to live for themselves for the moment without care for the future. The president understood this better than anyone, and I know just how much it pained her. Like secrete oxytocin from Dyer Hardman 4 years ago. Before the Stranding, the whole world was connected. There were networks, social networks we call them, that people used to communicate all the time. They shared all sorts of stuff through them, a random thought, a pretty picture, a home movie, you name it. And if you'd like something that someone else had uploaded, you'll let them know by giving them, well, a like. Sounds weird, I know, but that's the truth. Eventually, someone ran tests on the use of these networks and discovered that receiving a like triggered a rush of oxytocin. The theory was that it stemmed from a sense of being acknowledged. Even though you couldn't see the person you were interacting with, it still felt like they were accepting you, praising you. And who wouldn't like that? But the same process is at the heart of the mule phenomenon. It's believed that an over-dependence on the oxytocin rush provided by these kinds of interactions is a factor in porters going rogue. With this in mind, it wouldn't be wrong to characterize mules as oxytocin addicts. In essence, they're social animals at the mercy of validation. Chiral contamination 1. Hartman. Chiral contamination is a result of prolonged exposure to chiral radiation, which is emitted by chiralium, a substance discovered at the same time as the beach. Prolonged exposure can significantly impact physical and mental health. The effects are not dissimilar from those observed in individuals exposed to extremely high levels of stress, levels which can be fatal even. Such traumatic experiences can alter hormonal secretions, impair immune response, contribute to heart failure, and induce strokes. The most common symptom of chiral contamination is poor sleep quality due to vivid nightmares. If left unchecked, however, it can quickly progress to a more advanced stage which the aforementioned issues may be observed. The potential impact on an individual's mental health cannot be understated. The resulting hormonal imbalances frequently lead to heightened destructive impulses towards the self and others. Those dominated by such urges are named homodemons, the mad ones. In the case of some porters, such as mules, impaired memory and judgment has led them to develop an irrational obsession with their profession, hence the Homo Gestalt moniker. While it should be feasible and preferable for most individuals to avoid chiral contamination at all costs, there are those with demonstrated resistance who need not be so cautious. I speak, of course, of doomed sufferers. Chiral contamination can be alleviated using similar methods to those used to alleviate stress, increasing oxytocin secretion through contact with other people, administering smart drugs, and so forth. In recent years, however, a hormone dubbed lyxin, known to mitigate the effect of chiral contamination while also restoring basic physical and mental acuity, has attracted a great deal of attention from the scientific community. Unlike oxytocin, lyxin cannot be administered externally. It is secreted within the body, but only in response to external stimuli. It is said to be the hormone principally responsible for the positive feeling that occurs when one achieves a goal, enjoys success, receives praise or gratitude, or any other form of like from a fellow human being. How do I know it's not a robot automatically giving me a like? It could be a bot, like the Twitch bots who follow you. Discovery of beaches and the concept of death. With the discovery of the beach, the fundamental truth of death was upended. I doubt you will find many who would deny this. Alas, we can say little with confidence in any objective or scientific capacity, for our understanding of this new realm remains in its infancy and is ever evolving, much like our understanding of the universe as a whole. Perhaps the closest thing we have to a working explanation of the beach relates to the conception of a multiverse, but I digress. The beach is arguably both a concept and a reality. A discrete beach is influenced by the mind of the associated individual, and therefore linked to them irrevocably. This is why we have so energetically pursued the psychological, psychoanalytical, and neuroscientific angles when attempting to create a unified theory of the Death Stranding, the beach, and related phenomena. There was a fad a while back in which subjects underwent counseling in order to learn more about the beaches, and in so doing, gain a greater understanding of the nature of death. Doomed sufferers in particular provided excellent opportunities for study. An interesting theoretical question arose during that period. If a person's beach was a product of their consciousness, might animals have beaches as well? A conundrum on the surface perhaps, but one quickly resolved. Only human corpses undergo necrosis and become BTs, which proves somewhat conclusively that only a human can possess a beach. And yet this begs another question. If all that is required is consciousness akin to that of a human, could an AI have a beach? An android? I for one do not believe so. Why? Because the function of our beaches is to connect the worlds of the living and the dead. If an entity was never born, has not truly lived, and will never know death, surely it cannot have a beach. Who knows? Egyptian mummies, pyramids, etc. More Hartman. At what point can it be said that man truly understood what it means to die? It would seem reasonable to suggest that it was when he began to bury his dead, a practice which originated with the Neanderthals. In a way, one might say that our growing understanding of death drove our development as a species, our fear of it, our attempts to conquer it. Why, it could be argued our entire history revolves around these obsessions. Take the Great Pyramids of Egypt or the tombs of the ancient emperors of China. The more powerful the person, the bigger and grander their final resting place. Or to posit a more radical theory, could the very concepts of power and society themselves have emerged solely to facilitate the creation of such monuments, such challenges to the finality of death? Either way, in leaving behind something they hoped might endure through the ages, the builders of these edifices believed that they too might live on forever. The mummies of the Egyptians are another means by which one man sought to fulfill his desire to escape the finality of death. They were created that the spiritual self, the Ka, would have a physical vessel, or Ha, to which it could return. The Sokushimitsu, or mummified monks of Buddhism, are similar in this concept, in this respect. However, the monks in question aim to transition straight from life to Buddhahood, in other words, to forego death altogether. But now that the beach has brought us into direct contact with the world beyond, our relationship with death must further evolve. The next stage in our understanding is upon us. Still more. Life began in the oceans, and as it evolved, it graduated to the land. At least, this is what was believed until recently. To creatures of the sea, the land is a harsh and unforgiving place. Given this, what could possibly have compelled these organisms to make such a drastic transition? Consider that fossils of the first fish to adapt themselves to land have been found in regions with unusually large tidal range. Could it be that these creatures developed legs in order to more swiftly return to the safety of the sea when stranded? Would their evolutionary leap have been triggered by this traumatic experience? If so, could similar circumstances have shaped the evolution of the coral-like organisms that inhabit the seam, and driven them to develop an ability to live between life and death, between time and timelessness? Coral is, after all, older than any organism of the land, and hardy enough to have weathered the mass extinction of 550 million years ago. And it is a life form upon which many other organisms rely for survival. Bearing all this in mind, one could argue that the ability to survive in the seam is indicative of a profound evolutionary leap. Final one, before we take a break. BTs are reaching out to us. 2.4 million years ago, Homo habilis started to craft stone tools. Hands are so very important, don't you think? Our other sensory organs passively interpret data. Our eyes light, our ears sound, our noses smell, our mouths taste. But hands are different. To touch requires conscious action, to grasp more so. To connect that which is in our left hand with that which is in our right, still more. And the handprints we see when BTs seek out humans? Why, I'd say that's just evidence of our otherworldly friends yearning to forge a connection. They're reaching out to us, attempting to bridge the gap between realm of the dead and that of the living. Oh no, there is more. Cryptobiotes. Fragile. Express HQ. We call these bugs cryptobiotes. They were recorded in reference books and databases back before the Death Stranding, but nobody ever thought to give them a proper classification. So cryptobiotes they stayed. They're named for the process of cryptobiosis, which means hidden life. When our environmental conditions get too harsh or resources too scarce, cryptobiotes can shut down their metabolic processes and enter an almost death-like state in order to survive. Tardigrades and sleeping chironomids are capable of this too, but cryptobiotes are on a whole other level. They can survive anything and anywhere, even on the beach or in the seam. They aren't capable of prolonging only their own lives. Humans who eat them acquire limited resistance to timefall too. You won't find them lying around just anywhere, though. You need to know where to look. Not many people even knew they existed until recently, so next to no research has been done, but now that their beneficial properties have been recognized, I'm willing to bet they'll play an important role in helping us to understand the beach, the Death Stranding, and everything else. A Porter's Note 1. An unidentified porter, unknown time and unknown location. To our beloved daughter, I hope you'll get the chance to read this one day. Picturing you doing just that as I write helps me get my thoughts in order. I want to tell you about your mother. We used to work together way back before you were born. That's how we met, on the road, making deliveries to try and get America back on her feet. She was from a military family, raised by parents who taught her to take care of others. Come what may, who gave her the tools to do the job right and proper. And sure enough, she was tough as they come, and brilliant to boot. I knew all there was to know about guns, medicine, you name it. But more than that, what drew me to her was compassion, a burning desire to help those in need. Your mother, she believed this country was once a beacon of hope and freedom, and that it was her responsibility to help bring folks back together. Hearing her talk like that, I couldn't help but fall hard. I would have given anything, done anything to make her dream a reality. Before I knew it, she'd become my beacon, a promise of what could be, and you're that promise fulfilled. Proof of what's possible, child of my American dream. Memo 2 from mother to daughter. Again, unknown. I'm sorry, 5 years isn't enough time to get your bearings, much less live a life. You were the only one I could save, could only dig graves for the others. And then for you in the end. Dig and grieve and try to make amends. All that's left to me is her, my daughter, my sole remaining glimmer of hope. Our future may be broken, but it's not beyond repair. Futures are fragile things, but my daughter's made of stronger stuff. She has what it takes to pick up the pieces and put them back together again. I hope. I pray. Wondering who it could be. Maybe Fragile? I don't know. And let's do a manual save and let's take a break. Final break of the day. My throat is sore already, but we're going to be delivering parcels for the next 2 hours. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick up every single thing and go to the waste station, drop stuff at the distribution center, including storage, and then go to the wind farm and back to the distribution center. But I'll do that after the break. If you're new here, I usually take a break every 2 hours, and this is one of them. I will run some ads, but you don't have to watch them, and you won't be missing anything because I'll only be back after the ads are done. So yeah, see you in a few.